back for Arfield. 1-0 Burnley. Scott Arfield. He's been threatening that recently. And all the Burnley players run to the Darwin end.
Burnley win the next ball. It's Rory now. On the outside. Decent.
He got it. Ashley Barnes with it. What a cross from Rory. And there was Ashley Barnes. And Burnley leading the derby.
Knocks it quickly, finds Benson in space at the byline. Can Burnley get a goal here? Back for Brownell, saved by the keeper.
Burnley won it to the end. That is magnificent. They deserve that.
Only by Paul Teller, off for a hat-trick.
He's got it. Hat-trick for Nathan Teller. Oh, he's on fire at the minute. 3-0 Burnley. It's Nathan Teller's day.
Burnley are 3 up here. Fantastic derby. Here's Benson. Can he go on the outside? Comes inside. Top shot.
Oh, the goal. Manuel Benson once more. That is top class.
Burnley have done it. Fantastic. Clarets deserve the championship title. They've been the best side throughout the campaign. Burnley have won the second tier. What a fantastic achievement. The players have been magnificent.
Yes, hello everyone and welcome along to the channel and welcome along to the first Turfcast podcast watch along since Crystal Palace away. That's the last time we've done one because, as a lot of you know who watch the channel, I am a match-going fan, although I pretend to be half of the time. But when it's a Monday night and it's away at Arsenal and we're probably going to get spanked, I thought I'd stay at home, as the majority of sane Burnley fans have done. No, I'm joking. Anyone who's gone down to the Emirates tonight, I take my hat off to you because you're going to get back really, really late. We're probably going to get spanked. You're going to be knackered in the morning at work or at school or at college or whatever. So genuinely, I do doff my cap to any Burnley fan stupid enough. I'm going to stick with that one to go down to the Emirates today. But credit to you. Credit to you. So we're about, what time is it now? 19:49. So we're about 11 minutes, 10 minutes away from kickoff. So let's have a look at some of the pre-match stuff. But before we do, just a reminder that we have teamed up with Midnight ahead of today's game and ahead of a lot of the games this season. If you scan that QR code on your screen now, it will take you to the Midnight website where you will get, and only by using this link do you get this offer. So make sure you click the link. Scan the QR code on your screen now and you will be able to get £30 in free bets if you bet £10. So the QR code, I will put it back on screen in a minute, just when I brought a couple of images in. But first of all, we do need to have a look at the teams, don't we? Because this is the Burnley team for today's game. So unchanged from the draw against Villa, which I think is what most Clarets wanted. I know I did. So yeah, Max Weiss, Carl Walker, Maxime Esteve, Tuan Zebe, Big Les, Jadon Anthony, Florentino, Tuna, Fleming, Perez, and Hannibal. There was some concerns over Hannibal and his fitness and whether he'd be able to make it. But thankfully, because in my opinion, he's Burnley's best player, he is available. And I genuinely, and I know I've said already, I think we'll get spanked. So we'll see what happens. But that team is the team I would have liked to have seen. Personally, I might have changed to Anzebe and brought in Humphreys, but last time Humphreys played, obviously he weren't great, and Tuanzebe did do quite well against Villa, to be fair. So I understand why Magic Mike has decided to name an unchanged side because of how well we were, how much better, we were against Aston Villa and the Arsenal team for tonight. Does anybody really care? But no, there it is. Ray Mascara, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Eze, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Havertz. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously the top of the league for a reason, aren't they? You know what I mean? So there's not really much I can say. There wasn't, too much difference that we could do with that Arsenal could do, to be fair. And obviously I can see the comments, just haven't put them on screen just yet. But Andrew has made a point about Gyökeres being on the bench. I've said it before and I'll say it again. And I went on AFTV earlier in the year and said that I don't rate Victor Gyökeres. The best thing about Victor Gyökeres is his song, because it is a brilliant song. He comes from Sweden. The girls are very nice and all that. I love it. But I don't rate him. Genuinely, I don't rate him. I don't think he's all that. I think he's got better as the season's gone on. But he's better than Havertz. I will put that out there. He's better than Havertz. But I think I'm better than Havertz. So yeah, Havertz doesn't fill me with too much dread. However, what I was saying is I went on AFTV earlier in the year and basically said I don't rate Gyökeres, and he scored within the first 15 minutes against Burnley, didn't he? So now I've said that, Havertz hat-trick. But these are the lads' predictions for today. Now, I'm going to let you all in on a secret here. There's 38 of you watching. Numbers are low at the minute. So if you are watching, press a like on the button. It does really help the algorithm. But this is sort of like the predictions that me and the lads have done. Obviously, Andrew's in the chat as well, so I won't say anything about Andrew. Andrew can say his piece on it. But that 1-1 at the top there, that 1-1 at the top, I do not genuinely believe that we're going to get a 1-1. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called engagement farming. Now, Andrew is the more I love the bones of him. Love the bones of him. And I know he's in the chat, so I've got to be careful. But I'll tell him in the other chat, the private group chat, he's quite deluded. So Andrew may or may not actually believe his 1-0 to Burnley prediction. So we'll see. He says there in the comments, there you go. 50% was bait, 50% is delusion. There you go. And Isaac as well. Isaac's gone for 1-0. But knowing Isaac, that probably was bait as well, to be fair. So there's 3 predictions in there that probably are closer to how it's going to be. Obviously, Chris loves to stick the knife in no matter what. And to be fair, it's been a season for the knife. He's gone 4-0. Liam's gone 3-0. And Sam has gone 4-1. Yeah, even though I've predicted 1-1, I would be absolutely delighted if we so much as scored today. But anyway, keep your comments coming in. Because it is a watch along. It's going to be tough to just sit here and talk for 2 hours. But one of my new jobs is a football commentator. So I need to get used to just sitting here and talking for 2 hours. But I'm not going to do it as though it's a commentary, because that's not what watch alongs are about, are they? But I've still got to get used to talking about football for 2 hours. 1 second. Yes. So anyway, keep your comments coming in. I did see the comments from Jimmy and Andrew earlier on. Andrew said, Joe's late. Who had that on their bingo card? Jimmy said, death taxes and all that. Thank you, mate. MJ Hills says, evening, all evening, mate. Mrs. Mittens G9U says, Lucy night and I'll buy you a pint or 3 every time you're in North London. Well, Mrs. Mittens, I will take you up on that, because that means that there's 3 pints from me every time I'm in North London. And if Tottenham get relegated, I'll be back next season in the Championship. And even if they don't, we'll be back the year after when we're back in the Premier League. Fingers crossed, obviously, that is the case. Wasn't the last watch along we actually won a game? Yes, MJ, as Andrew pointed out earlier in the chat, and I did say at the start, the last time I did a watch along, and how many have I done this year? I don't think I've done many. I think I've only done 1 this year before this. This is the second one, because as I said, I tend to go on the matches. We actually won a game of football, and we were 2-0 down after 20 minutes away at Crystal Palace. Came back 1-3-2, which probably kept Parker in a job for an extra 6 weeks that we didn't want to. So yeah, it is what it is. George in the chat, he says, Joe, what is happening? I'm not excited for this game, but maybe because I'm going to be going back to my happy place by the end of the week. Yes, for those of you that don't know, George is a Burnley fan from Rhode Island. It is Rhode Island in it, Jay? I'm pretty sure it is, and he comes over every couple of years. Mind you came over on the last day of the season last year as well, didn't you? So maybe it's a yearly pilgrimage now for you, and he's going to be over for the last game of the season against Wolverhampton Wanderers. The battle for 19th. So that should be fun or not. But at least you're having a bit of fun by coming over, to be fair. Random Man says, so Gyökeres at the turf, a common surprise. He's back in. You know what? Even though I've just slagged him off, I actually watched him in that game. And I remember thinking, this guy can play, but not on the ball, not in terms of technical ability and his goal scoring. He made a lot of smart runs that match. He was consistently dragging our defenders out of position and stuff. And maybe that's just why Arsenal like him so much these days, because he can do stuff like that. But I do remember that match, and I thought he actually played quite well, if I'm being honest with you, off the ball, which I guess sometimes that's not what people can see, is it? The Blur Crusade says, watching from Hackney, I'm up for the last game next week. Up the Mother Clarets? Mighty Clarets. I thought you were swearing. I thought you were MF Clarets. But no, hope you enjoy next week, mate. Hopefully we get 3 points as well. Andrew says, you chose the least likely for us to win to do a watch along. You're a glutton for punishment considering the City game was pretty scoreline tame. So this one is most likely to be 5 or 6. No, you know what, mate? I don't think it's going to be like that. I do think Arsenal win, despite my prediction on Facebook and stuff. But I think the Gunners are going to be nervous, and I think they're going to start slowly. Watch this, it'll be 3-0 after 15 minutes, and I'll just be sat there thinking, what am I doing this for? But I don't think it's going to be an absolute walkover from what everyone thinks. Jay's still in the chat. He says, yes, it is, mate, from Rhode Island. We're going 3 years in a row, battle for the wooden spoon. Yes, it really, really is. Right, well, the teams are out, so let's just have a quick reminder of the starting lineup for the Clarets today. We've got Max Weiss in goal, Kyle Walker, Maxime Esteve, Tuan Zebe, Big Les, Jadon Anthony, Florentino, Tuna, Fleming, Perez, and Hannibal. Good to see that Hannibal made it back from the knock against Aston Villa. And Arsenal have gone for Rea, Mosquera, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Eze, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Havertz. Yeah, good side. You just look at that defence and goalkeeper, to be fair. David Raya, you won't see me praising many ex-bastards on this channel, but David Raya, obviously, used to play for them down the road. He's easily the best keeper in the Premier League, I think, for me. I know some people would point at others, but I think that Ray has just been so good this season. However, that's not the full battle. I understand the centre-backs, in a similar fashion to us last season in the Championship, it's all part of the same team, and their centre-backs, it's going to be very difficult for us to break them down. It really, really is. And then you look at the midfield, Declan Rice pulling the strings in there. I am very much looking forward to seeing him play for England in the summer at the World Cup, because I think he can really, really help England hopefully push on to glory. We're not going to have that debate now. We'll see. Yeah, and then obviously you've got Odegaard, Saka, and Trossard, 3 very, very good players. Havertz, not so much. Good to see the Everton lads from the Toffee Blues in the chat. He says, Joe, you must love the pain, mate. Best of luck to you guys next season, and hopefully see the Clarets back in the Prem soon. Thank you, mate. Part of this, I'm going to be honest with you, part of this is knowing we're going to get tanked and knowing that it'll just be funny for people to watch me look miserable. And some Arsenal straddlers might come over to give me some abuse. But it is what it is. Jimmy's in the chat, says, haha, it didn't say when you went live, so I was like, where's Jordan? Had to refresh. Haha. Sorry, mate. Don't know why it's done that. Thankfully you refreshed. But yeah, it's just about to kick off. Obviously, a bit of housekeeping. You know the rules. I know some of you will do it anyway. Nobody likes to listen to me. Try not to put the score in the chat. I am going to actually hide you all during the match so I can watch it and without any people going, oh, it's already 1-0 to Arsenal. And I was like, for God's sake, you've ruined it now. But what I am going to do is hopefully I've got it on the TV on my perfectly legal streaming device. But I'm also going to get it up. Oh, God, no. You can hear that, can't you? Right, there you go. I had to mute it for a second then because the sound was coming through and I don't want to get a copyright mark. But I'm also going to get it up on my screen here. So we've got a backup. And I don't know which is in front at the minute. So try not to put the score in the chat, please, because I will be behind because I'm watching it on 2 perfectly legal streaming devices. No Slatter is in the chat, says, not keen on Vice and Goal and Florentino. Much prefer Ward-Prowse to keep the ball better. I agree with Tino. I don't think he's had a great season, but I thought he played well against Villa. I thought Max Weiss was good against this one's ahead on my computer screen. So we'll just do a bit of housekeeping. But I thought Max Weiss was good against Villa. He made some good save. I saw people on Facebook criticising him. I was like, what? He played well. With Dubravka leaving, it makes perfect sense to have Weiss in goal. Anyway, no, in my opinion. How are you all doing, says Jimmy. Yeah, don't forget to respond to our our friendly Sunderland fan in the chat. He might be a Sunderland fan. Toffee Blues, try not to take your anger out on him from the weekend. Yeah, and the Blue Crusade says, I love that top, Joe, just about to order one. Yeah, well, if you could send some commission my way, mate. It's got that on the back, though, which I think I don't particularly like that bit on the back, personally. But I love the top, hence why I got it. I got it when I went to the gig. I went to watch them in July, August. Anyway, let's crack on. Burnley going forward. Lucas Perez with the ball. Gives it to Jadon Anthony. Oh, to Hannibal inside. Burnley in the box already after just 45 seconds. And it's a Burnley corner. The Burnley corner. So we'll go for this one. So Burnley on the front foot early on. Told you they'd be nervous. Told you they'd be nervous. Come on, Burnley. Watch this. First man headed away. Arsenal counter 1-0. You heard it here first. Anyway, I'm going to hide the chat for a bit. Sorry. Any super chats? I can't hide the chat. If I get a super chat, I'll miss it, won't I? Anyway, Jayden Anthony to take the corner for Burnley. Going to swing it in, an in-swinger. Oh, it's a low ball to Hannibal, who's flicked it. It's hit the defender, Havertz, and it's gone out for another Burnley corner. Burnley putting the pressure on early on. Come on, you clazzers. Are you doing any World Cup watch along, says Jimmy? Maybe, mate. Maybe, but probably not on this channel because it's a Burnley channel, isn't it? So we'll see. Anyway, second Burnley corner. It's up in the air. Jayden Anthony headed away. It falls to Zian on the edge of the box. Who lays it off to Tino, is it? And it's trickled wide. So Burnley put the pressure on early on. Up the Clarets. And I've already got the spinning wheel of death. But don't worry. This is why we have backup channels. I am watching it on 2 things to watch it on. So don't worry. Yeah. Anyway, we're back on. It's a goal kick to Arsenal. And it's just done it again. I'll just do that, actually. Jack McCallum's in the chat. Here he is. This guy, he funds Turfcast. This guy is going to put my son through university. Loves a super chat, does Jack. Yeah, I didn't announce it on any of the socials, mate. I probably should have done. I just thought I'll just do it. I don't even know why I'm doing it. We're obviously going to get battered. People are obviously going to come on and give me grief. Arsenal fans, Blackburn fans, they're all going to come on and give me a bit of grief. But yeah, that £5 makes it worthwhile, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, we love Jack in the chat. We genuinely love Jack. Jack, if you ever see me out and about, mate, introduce yourself because I will definitely get you a pint or 10. All the generosity that you do. Anyway, Arsenal got the ball on the right-hand side. Saka again. I don't know who he passed it to. I couldn't work it out. I'm going to be a terrible commentator when I finally get that gig. Odegaard to Havertz. Arsenal coming in now. And it's cleared from Maxime Esteve. Steve. It's out for an Arsenal throw-in. Fully grown man shouting Steve in his front room at 38. Need to get a grip. Anyway, Mascara throws it to Havertz. Arsenal back in possession. Jayden Anthony with the tackle. And it is another Arsenal throw-in. Come on, Burnley, do it for the sake of football, says Regulion 9000. We are trying our best, mate. Genuinely, we are trying our best. We've had 2 corners. Can you believe it? We've had 2 corners and a shot. Unbelievable scenes from the Clarets. I wonder how the situation with Leslie Brozier and Duque, are they good? Well, I'm doing this on the bench. Leslie's playing. So Leslie's good. Or do you mean good? Do you mean good as in actually good? Because Brozier's not. He's not good technically, and he's not good in terms of injury. I think he's injured, or he's just been dropped because he's shy. I'm not sure. But anyway, Arsenal just playing around with it in the middle. Odegaard put under pressure by Fleming. A nice press there, but he's doing it by himself. You can't press on your own. You need to press in a pack, don't you? You can't press on your own. So Arsenal still have the ball. Odegaard with it now. Gets it to Saliba, Gabriel? I don't know. Saliba. %, mate. Open top bus break for the 2 early corners. Listen, you're taking the mick, right? But that's probably as good as it's going to get in this match. So I am taking the corners as something to celebrate. I really, really am. Brozier is poor. Guy's injured too much. Yeah, but is it a mentality thing? I think it might be. Do you remember when he got injured against England playing for Albania and he went down, screamed? Obviously, I'm watching it as an England fan, but I'm half thinking, bloody hell, it's Brozier. That's our player. I hope he's all right. Played in the game like 2 days after for Burnley. Obviously, 2 days is an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. And I just think because he had that massive injury when he was younger, I think a lot of it's a mentality thing, and he's not been able to overcome it. Genuinely, that's what I feel like it is because he's not really done well at any point in his career, really. But anyway, Arsenal with the ball. Let's have it down there, right-hand side. Cuts inside to Saka. There's a bit of space there, but a Burnley player gets back to clear it, and it's out for a Burnley goal kick. So Burnley doing all right. They're not 3-0 down yet, as a lot of people predicted to be early on. Tell you what I'll do. I'll create a banner to go down the bottom of the screen. Shall I? I'll make it look nice. Shall I? I'll make this stream actually look nice. You watch all these other watch-alongs and all these other channels, and they actually look like they know what they're doing. I don't think I do. Arsenal 0, Burnley 0. Scroll across the bottom. Add banner. There you go. Look at that. I've spelled everything right. Arsenal 0, Burnley 0. Happy days. Anyway, also with the long throw down, it's Havertz against Steve. Steve comes out on top, lays the ball back to Max Weiss, who gives it back to Steve, and Burnley have possession in their own half, though. Steve looks it forward to Fleming. I know it's executive for some reason. I'm not sure why. That's going to be a free kick to Arsenal, isn't it? Yeah. Who was that? Jadon Anthony on Saka? Yeah. No complaints from me. Pulling him back. Definite free kick. Jimmy says, it's nice to watch a football match with a big team and Arsenal there too. Love it, Jimmy. Love it. You're a straggler from the one Leeds and Blades Ramble days, aren't you, I think? Those were the days. Might be able to link up again with Jimmy next season, at least. Joe commented on Arsenal is like my missus describing an NFL player who threw it and caught it. No idea who or where. Yeah. Not that bad, Graham, am I? Jesus. What's your score prediction, says Regulion? Unfortunately, Mr. Regulion, 2-0 to Arsenal. I don't think it's going to be the walkover that a lot of people have said to Arsenal. But I think it's 0-0 at half time. I think it's 0-0 at half time. Everyone's like, oh, and then Arsenal come out in the second half and get a goal before 55 minutes and then put it to bed sort of like in the 70 odd. But no hope for us in terms of Burnley. Anyway, Max Weiss with the ball now. Burnley starting at the back again. He lumps it forward, goes to absolutely nobody in a claret shirt, well, a blue shirt, and Arsenal can come away with it. And also just sort of like messing around with it at the back a little bit, trying to entice Burnley out. Burnley get the ball though back, and it's with Tuna, who just lumps it forward. Like I'm not being funny, lads, but this can't be the game plan all game. Like the game plan cannot be to lump it up towards Zian Fleming playing against Gabriel and Saliba, because that is not going to work. I love Zian, but these are the two best centre backs in the league at the minute, in terms of form at least. So that's just not going to work. But we're going to need a better game plan than that. That's not going to work. Russell's in the chat. He says, evening, Joe. All right, mate. All right, Russell. How you doing, mate? Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button. It really does help the algorithm. And if you're looking for an in-play bet on this game, remember that you can, of course, scan that QR code on the Midnight. Well, it'll take you to the Midnight website. And that will give you £30 in free bets if you put £10 on. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward on the left-hand side. It's Eze. He gets past two defenders and is fouled by, is it Tuna? Yeah, it's Tuna. It looked like a foul to me, but I'm not seen a replay yet. Let's have a look. Probably buying it and making most of it. But anyway, Eze picks it up. He skips past Tuanzebe. I mean, there's no contact, but it's silly from Tuanzebe. Just throws his leg in. From Tuna, just throws his leg in. And Eze is always going to buy that. Always going to buy that. Russell says, is Zeki on the bench? Let's have a double check, mate. I'm pretty sure he is. Anyway, Arsenal free kick, just while we sort this out. Yeah, Zeki's on the bench there, mate. Anyway, Arsenal free kick just on their left-hand side. Right on the touchline. It's swung in. It's towards Weiss, who punches away. Bit of bobbling around in the box, and Burnley can eventually half clear, but Arsenal pick it back up again. Kyle Walker wins the header. There's a shot, and it's tame. It's a volley. It just fell to it from a Kyle Walker header, and it's gone. It's closer to the corner flag. It's closer to the corner flag. It was Gabriel with the shot, actually. Closer to the corner flag. Oh, we've got an Arsenal fan in the chat. Good evening, all. Look, the Gooners. Look, the Gooners. Don't mind the Arsenal fan in the chat, to be fair, as long as you're nice. As long as you're nice. But yeah, it's looking like it's your title, isn't it? You must be delighted with the way that the season's gone. Anyway, brew for the first half, and then thinking a couple of beers for the second half. So either drown my sorrows or celebrate. Probably drown my sorrows, isn't it? Anyway, Burnley, Hannibal, out to Tuna. Tuna's coming in, he's going to hit it, and it's defended, it's blocked. like Calafiore, and he can come away with it, and he passes it back to Gabriel, who hoops it clear. But Chukwueze is going to win the battle against Havertz. Arsenal pick it back up in the middle, and Eze just turned Florentino inside out, come away with it, tackled off from one of the midfielders. Hello, that's a red card. That's a red card for Trossard. He's just pushed Fleming over for no reason whatsoever. Do you remember that time when one of their players grabbed Westwood by the throat and they had a man sent off early on? Let's have a repeat of that, ref. Let's see what balls you've got. Show me a replay, because I might be talking absolute rubbish here. I just saw it in the corner of my eye. It wasn't the main focus on the screen. It was off the ball. It was definitely an incident there. It's Trossard. The referee's talking to him. He's got an Arsenal shirt on, so he's obviously not going to send him off. He's not even going to book him, is he? Oh, absolute wet wipe. Let's have a look at this. So Eze sends Florentino for a hot dog. Fleming comes in and tackles him. A perfectly good challenge. Then Trossard comes back like the absolute wuss that he is and like throws his shoulder at him. Then pushes Fleming over. Pillock. I love your surprise every time Burnley look to attack, says Jim, mate. Well, you've seen us this season, mate. And that's why. We do look better under Jackson, which, as I said at the time, tells me we should have got rid of Parker early on. Jackson in the chat says, crazy you're having a tea instead of a beer, by the way. What time did you complete the marathon running? It weren't a good time, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. It weren't a good time. We'll come back to that in a second. As Arsenal come forward. Oh, it's over. It's over. It's an Arsenal corner. Steve, I'll be honest with you, the stream froze at that particular moment. But yeah, Jack, I'm going to get on the beers in the second half because I'm not working tomorrow. It was a shot, hit Steve in the head and then looped over the bar. It was Saka, cut inside from Perez. Probably a tame shot, to be fair. Probably not doing much, but Steve heads it over the bar. Anyway, Arsenal corner. Saka, as my mate used to call him before he got good. Saka shit. But he's good now, so we can't say that. Anyway, Saka with the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger with his left foot. Or is he going to go short? He's going to go short. Trossard. Out to the edge of the box to Eze. To Odegaard from the edge. Oh, back to Trossard. Good play from Arsenal. Ball in. And it's Havertz. And it's wide. Arsenal. What's he whinging for? Does he want a corner? Don't know what he's whinging for. But good play from Arsenal. They're starting to turn the screw slightly. It's a well-worked corner, to be fair. All the main guys involved. Trossard, Saka, Eze, Odegaard. And obviously it falls to Havertz, which is probably easily the worst player in the lot. Who hits it wide. If anything, it's a corner. It hits Fleming. If anything, he's crowded out. We do well there defending. He's got the ball, and we just crowd him out. It should have been a corner. It should have been a corner. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward again now. It's a great ball. Eze. Is that Trossard? He's going to hit it from distance, is he? No, he's going to skip past it. He's going to shoot. Oh, he's hit the post. Arsenal have hit the post. They really are turning the screw now. It was Trossard. How long can we last? It's the 15th minute now. They've had a shot go wide from just the edge of the 6-yard box. They've hit the post. Chantel, you said hit the bar. Just a reminder for those who do join late on, please try not to put in the chat what happens before it happens. I know everyone's not going to listen to me. But anyway, it's all Arsenal now. But a reminder, guys, we went 2-0 down against Crystal Palace and came back and won. It's not done yet. Arsenal, obviously the better side, who have now really come into the game. They've hit the bar. They've had a shot go at the post. Sorry, that's your fault, Chantel. Trossard's got a shot from him from distance, hasn't he? Vice were beaten. Vice was absolutely beaten there. Absolutely beaten. He was nowhere near it. Anyway, it will just show the replay of the goal. It comes back to the live stream. Shock horror. Arsenal have got the ball. Arsenal have got possession. KSH Gaming says, come on, Burnley from a City fan. We are trying to save football. Also coming forward again, though. And to be honest with you, mate, if Burnley get anything today, here we go. If Burnley get anything today, it will be a miracle. A genuine miracle. Like a genuine miracle if Burnley get anything today. So don't be expecting anything. Essentially, it's your fault for dropping points recently. Who did you drop points against? I can't remember. But you dropped points recently and handed the initiative back to Arsenal. So don't come blaming Burnley when we get beat. It's Pep's fault. What's happening with Pep? Is he leaving or what? I hope he don't. And you know what I'm gutted about? I'm gutted Mourinho's gone back to Madrid. I'd have loved him back at Prem. I know he divides opinion and he's quite polarising, but I love him for me. Absolutely love him. Anyway, Burnley with possession given away. Arsenal mop up. And Arsenal will start again with David Raya, the Golden Glove winner for the third year in a row. Burnley have possession again, though. It's Hannibal in the Arsenal half. He skipped past one defender who's going to put the ball in the box. Is there? He is. Oh, it's just too deep. That's what she said. I can't say that. Anyway, we've got the. Go on, Anthony. Anthony on the left-hand side, ball in the box. Oh, what happened then? It made me scream. He's bloody jumping. I've got my back up there, so I'll tell you what happened in a sec. But anyway, Burnley have quite a lot of possession. It's frozen again, though. I've got my back up there, don't worry. Burnley have got possession again. Anyway, Kyle Walker, out to Tuna. Back to Kyle Walker. To Tuanzebe. To Big Les. To Estev. Just passing it round at the back. To Tuanzebe, who hits it forward towards Tuna, who heads it towards Hannibal, who's pushed, and the referee doesn't give anything. But then shock horror, he gives it to them. Pathetic. Hannibal pushed, ref not interested. Eze throws himself to the ground like the child that he is. Free kick. You don't get anything against these clubs. We really, really don't. MJ's in the chat still. He says, we would not be playing like this under Parker. We'd be 3-0 down by now under Parker, mate. No, that's company. We'd be 2-0 down under Parker. 3-0 down under Vincent. 2-0 down under Parker. As Jimmy's in the chat. And Jimmy's not even a Burnley fan, as you all know, but some of you might not. Prime Barcelona. See, this is what I mean. We should have sacked Parker in January. I don't think we'd have stayed up, I'll be honest. But we wouldn't have been as embarrassing as what we would be. Ian's in the chat. He agrees with me, to be fair. Although I did change it to 2. He said if this was Parker, it would be 3-0 down. Anyway, it's Arsenal with possession now. Burnley have had the flurry of 30 seconds. So it'll be Arsenal now for another 20 minutes. It's Eze to Odegaard. Back to Eze. Good play, to be fair. Out to Saka. Screen jump and it's gone wide. So I can't really tell you what happened there, unfortunately. But it's not an Arsenal goal. It's not an Arsenal goal. I'll tell you what happened in a second on my big telly. Good play. Like I said, out to Saka, who cuts inside, I imagine, and tries to shoot, because that's what he always does. It's half shot, half cross. I think it's more of a shot than anything else. But it's still 0-0, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Still 0-0. There you go. There's a banner at the bottom of the screen for those that come and join later on. If you haven't already, if you're watching on YouTube, which is the only place for streaming, so you are watching this one on YouTube, is please like it. It really does help the algorithm. I'll just have a look on YouTube itself to see how many of you liked it. We've had 20 likes. I'll be a bit cheeky and like it myself and make it 21. But there's 64 of you watching, so there's 43 of you that haven't liked it. So come on, get it liked. Anyway, Arsenal with the possession. Robo says Parker must be watching this knowing his tactics are all wrong and too defensive. While the normal person would do, I think Scott Parker is a bit of an egomaniac and won't be watching that at all and thinking that. I don't even think he's watching. He's probably in the bath with armbands on. But I think he genuinely believes that his style is correct. He's never changed it. He didn't change it at Fulham. He didn't change it at Bournemouth. He did the same thing at Burnley. I don't think he's got that way of thinking, to be honest with you, mate. Thanks for the love, Jimmy. Oh, yes. Jimmy Paddy FG. What's this all about, Jimmy? What are you doing there? Gaming? What is it you're doing there, mate? Thank you for that. Anyway, Arsenal coming again. Odegaard to Saka to Calafiore. Arsenal now moving away from goal, but still keeping possession relatively well. Back to Odegaard in the middle. He's been quiet in this game, Odegaard. Normally Rice pulling the strings. It seems to be Odegaard a lot more. Declan's been a little bit quiet, to be honest with you. He's even playing. I can't see him. Where is he? Anyway, Steve with the clearance, and it's out for an Arsenal throw. Amanda Berry the Cat says, Christ, Burnley, show some fight and some pride, FS. Make a headline. Why do you get paid? Do better, Burnley. You must get a result. Blood is on the line. Bit extreme, Amanda, but I get your point. Maybe not me. Says, I'm a Chelsea fan, but right now I'm the biggest Burnley fan. Up the Clarets. Can we get an up the Clarets in the chat, please? Up the Clarets. I love the fact that there's loads of people that aren't Burnley fans that are suddenly Burnley fans, when you all know well that we are not going to get a result today. Only thing I will say for Chelsea is make sure you beat Spurs when you play them, because that'd be funny. It'd be funny if they get relegated. Anyway, Odegaard pulling the strings as usual. There's Declan to Odegaard, who loses it, and Tino gives it away. He's fucking... Sorry, I shouldn't swear, but he's useless. Saka, Havertz, Arsenal on the attack after Tino gave it away, and you just know that Burnley will concede after we gave it away, because that's what we always do. Odegaard, Havertz, straight out. Straight out. You've got to do better than that, Florentino. Octopus, my arse. I mean, it's good. I'm being facetious, obviously. He is a good player, not in possession, but give him the ball. My God. Give him the ball and he's awful. Up the Clarets says J-Rod. Up the Clarets says MJ. Up the Clarets and up the Turfcast says Jimmy. Does look like a gaming channel, that. Yeah, let's have a look. He says, I stream on Twitch and YouTube playing Fall Guys and Jackbox. So I use this channel to upload Fall Guys. I content I do. Nice one, mate. Fair enough. Perez been done a few times, says Mika. I don't think he's been done. He says he needs to wake up. I just don't think he's that good, mate, unfortunately. And he's playing against Saka. Yeah. Where did you get the Oasis stop? I got it from Manchester. I went to actually watch them when they were gigging. And they had that Oasis shop in Manchester City Centre for a bit, didn't they? I went in there. Anyway, Arsenal with the ball. It's crossed in. It's away. Tell you what, though, I bought this, right? And another one. The other one is just like a bog standard shirt. Like, this is obviously nice. It's Adidas. And it's got sort of like the cool Adidas logo. That it's got that on the back as well. I said earlier, I don't particularly like. Hold on, we'll cut away from the. No, we won't, because that's a shit ball. I think like 55 quid, mate. Weren't cheap, but I didn't check the prices. I just got this one and another bog standard top, which has a picture of Liam Noel on it and some tour dates on the back. I'd literally wear it for bed, and that were like 35 quid. I spent so much money in that shop. And when they were like, yeah, that'll be £120, please. There were some other bits. I was like, here's my card. It's one of them where you can't be like, whoa, what do you mean? Because then you look like a broker. So I'm like, yeah, it's fine, mate. It's fine. Dying inside, obviously. Anyway, digress again. Oh, Hannibal, what you doing? That's a yellow card all day. He's just left one in there on Gabriel Saliba. He's been a bit of a dick there, I'll be honest. I love Hannibal, but that side lets him down. Let's have a look at the replay. I mean, it's one of them things. 20 years ago, you just get up and carry on, don't you? But these days, footballers love a whinge. I mean, it is a booking. He's going to get booked, I think. Hannibal doing Hannibal things, says Mick. He's not been booked. Surprised at that. Very, very surprised at that. Well, my screen did freeze. Maybe I've missed the booking. But the graphics not come up. Big TV hasn't. He's not been booked on Big TV either. Anyway, free kick up the Joel Redmond. There's J-Rod. Thank you, Jay. Free kick to Arsenal. In kind of like in between where the halfway line and the 18-yard box. They've taken it short. Odegaard's got it. Gets it out to Eze. Coming down the left-hand side now. Kyle Walker with the tackle. Arsenal reset. That's the point, to be fair, MJ. That's the point, to be fair, MJ. In your head, Hannibal, sure, Gabriel knows it now. Maybe that's what Hannibal's doing. Maybe he's just trying to get in his head. He's in your head. Again, 38-year-old man need to go up singing songs. Oh no, Arsenal are coming now. It's Saka on the right-hand side in the box. He's going to get past the defender. He's not. We've done well. We've defended well. Out to Rice. Out to Odegaard. We're pushing him back. We're doing quite well. Oh no. Oh no. Since I said that were a brilliant ball. But again, defended well from Burnley. Anyway, Burnley are counter-attacking here now. Go on. It's Tuna on the right-hand side, laid off from Fleming. Hannibal's in the middle. Hannibal's in the middle. Hannibal's in the middle. It's it. Hannibal's got it on. What is that? It's an awful shot. It's great play from Burnley, though. To be fair, the pass from Tuna were bobbling. Hannibal had to try and bring it down. He's got Gabriel or t'other one in his face, and he's panicked. He's panicked. But good play. Good play from Fleming. A good run and a good ball from Tuna. Hannibal, good run as well there. It's just not sat right for him, to be fair. It's just not sat right for him. It's not a bad ball by Tuna, but it's sort of like bobbled in the wrong place. And it's a wild effort from Hannibal. I think he's just panicking because the defenders are there. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly share the stream on Twitter. While you are waiting for me, I will still chat shit like I always do. But Arsenal with possession with Saka. Declan Rice in the middle. Burnley can win possession back again, though. Counter-attacking, not as fast as last time, but we do have the ball down the left-hand side now with Hannibal. Gabriel's going to beat him, and they've come together again, them two again. Gabriel's going to have a bit of a whinge about it. Of course he is, because he thinks the world revolves around him. Oh, now he's been booked. Now he's been booked. Can't answer that on air, unfortunately. If the person who is ringing me can see me on air, sorry, mate, I can't answer. I'll ring you back after. Could have just muted the microphone, couldn't I? Didn't think of that. Anyway, if Hannibal was trying to get in his head, it ain't working. Because now he's booked. I didn't look at the game for like 5 minutes. It's going to be 3-0 down. What great content this is. Just me texting people. Fantastic. Look at that. The Thrills 1987 is going to get a yellow soon, Hannibal. Literally straight after that, I presume he was booked. Yeah, that's his problem. Arsenal coming forward. He's offside there, surely. Surely he's offside. Burnley clear, but not enough. Declan Rice picks it up. Now Eze's got it. He's shot. Vice saves it. At least Vice saves it. That must have been offside, surely. Surely. My name's not Shirley, and he wasn't offside. Fans of airplane will get that. I think the YouTube generation's a bit too young for that. What do you mean? Are you taking piss, Russell? I've won awards for this content. Silver. All right. Technically, I didn't win then. Have we scored? No. I could have got in. Russell baited me to make me get my award, but I don't know what happened then. But the ball literally bounced on the line and Arsenal didn't do it. So, yeah, the first loser, I guess. So I didn't win nothing. That's my content. If I weren't sat here texting and doing it, maybe I would have got the gold award. Yes, love it. Airplane reference says, Jimmy, I guess you watch Airplane. Says, mate, I loved it back in the day. I've not seen it for years, to be fair. Like generations. But anyway, let's get back to the actual stuff that people are here for. People aren't here for me waffling. Maybe you are. Arsenal have possession, but only just inside their own half. Burnley sitting in. Oh, it's too easy, though. You can't just sit. Anyway, Havertz into the box. Shot, defended. Far too easy. Burnley is sat in the two banks of three because it's that 4-3-3. And one pass to Havertz, and he's in. Like, it's just, what is Vice doing there, to be fair? That's poor from Vice. He's misjudged that. Really, really misjudged it. Am I being harsh? Yeah, no, he's misjudged that. He's got to do better there. Anyway, Saka with a corner, left-hand side. Going to be an in-swinger, unless it goes short. Florentino's marking Gabriel. That's not going to end well. He's gone short. Odegaard, obviously dragging out the defenders. Odegaard, that wasn't. It was Trossard. Sorry, now Odegaard's got it to Eze. Back to Trossard. To Saka. Into the box. Into the box. Defended. He's gone down asking for it. Pathetic. Won the ball quite obviously. Get up. Although if that was Celtic, I'm sure it'd have been a penalty. Hopefully there's no Celtic fans watching, because Celtic fans do love giving abuse to people. And I've just made it worse myself if there is. Oh, you're not looking at it, are you? I can't hear commentary, so I can't tell you anything what's going on. Never and never, ever in a million years that was a penalty. The Thrills 1987 says the longer this is known, the more desperate they get. And honestly, mate, genuinely, I'm getting a tiny bit excited. Tiny bit. I'm still going to get dicked. But at the minute, I'm playing these scenarios in my head. Right, I'm sorry, but he's all over him there. Anyway, Hannibal. To Anthony. Burnley playing attacking football here. They're going forward. Don't know why I've gone all high-pitched. Back to Les, who's going to switch it. No, he's not. He's going to play it on the floor to Anzebe, who's going to go back to Steve, who, in my guess, is after that, he's going to go back to Vice. I was wrong. He's put it forward to Jaden, who's gone back to Tuanzebe. We're keeping possession. People can look at it not being adventurous enough, but we're keeping possession. And it would be very harsh to say we're not being adventurous enough away against Arsenal. Now the long ball forward comes and we lose possession. So this is completely understandable. That's just exactly not what you want. Anyway, I need a proper streaming like me. I used to have alt gear. Then I moved house. I don't have anything. It's getting a bit dark in here, innit? So I'll just do that. Amanda Berry the Cat says, mark my words, if Burnley win or draw, I'm donating £50 on live stream at the full-time whistle for the Burnley boy. Put your money where your mouth is, Amanda, and make it 5,000. How about that? Yeah, a bet's a bet. We're not going to win though, so your money is safe. We'll get a draw. Oh, Zian's panicked there. Zian had possession in the middle, and he's just panicked because he was going to get tackled, and he's giving it away. Now Arsenal can come forward through... I don't know. Oh, no, it's Saka, and he's gone down. The referee waves it away. It looked dodgy, that, to me. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to quickly hide the chat so no one tells me what's given. Let me see a replay of it. Because it comes to him, right? So why would he throw himself to the floor there? He was literally in the 6-yard box. It's got to be a pen, that. I haven't seen a replay of it, but just on first look, my backup TV there. Again, I can't really see. The referee's not stopped play yet. Burnley just pissing around at the back, kind of like waiting for the ref to say, I'm gonna get it. Oh, Teta. Piss off, man. I hate him. He's such a mod. He's got the most punchable face in the Prem, Arteta. Let's have a look. Replay coming now. It's Perez. Saka goes across him. Yeah, that's a pen. That's a pen. They're going to give that, surely. He just puts his foot... I think that's a pen. Oh, they're looking at it. They're looking at it. They're looking at it. He's going to give that. Oh, does Saka kick his foot? Like, what are the rules here? Does that mean Saka's kicked his foot? I'll just very quickly... Oh, yeah, he's not giving it! He's not giving it! Arteta's like that. Way! I genuinely thought that was a pen. I'm not going to lie. I looked at it. Look, this is kind of like... I didn't screenshot it right, I don't think, but that's after the contact, isn't it? That's after the contact, that. But, yeah. I genuinely, I thought that was... I'm going to tweet about that because that'll do bits. That'll do numbers. I don't know. I won't put that. That's too. I don't want to be that guy. Oh, sorry. Let's carry on with this for now. Arsenal, edge, Odegaard, wide. Took a deflection though, surely. It's Big Les's bum. I've just tweeted, not giving us a penalty, despite the Arsenal meltdown. Was it the correct call? Looked to me like Saka kicked Perez. That's personally what I thought. Anyway, let's get the chat back up because I hid you all after this corner. Saka, header, 1-0. Far too easy. Far too easy. Yeah, no complaints, to be fair. They've been the better side. They deserve to run a lot. And shock horror, Arsenal score from the corner. They're so good at it. They're so good at it. And it was a great corner and a good header. I slagged Havertz off at the start. Guess who scores? Havertz. Of course it was. But yeah, Arsenal 1, Burnley 0. Hopefully Crystal Palace can save football now because we're not going to do it. Yeah, it's Saka with the corner. Havertz starts there. Nobody marking him. In the end, Steve jumps with him, but Steve isn't. We don't man mark, to be fair, do we? I can't see on that angle because of the. Yeah, Steve's nowhere near it. Too easy. It's too easy. I hate zonal marking. It just doesn't work. It just because Steve's starting there from a standing position. Havertz has ran onto that position, so he's going to be naturally more. This is hardly MNF night punditry, so forgive me how stupid this sounds, but he's going to be more naturally have more of a spring in his step when he's running onto the ball. So he's going to get higher than Steve. Yeah, Vice was nowhere, says Jimmy. He doesn't even jump as Vice. I think he just gets caught under it. Yes, it's not a good goal from Burnley perspective, but what is Vice doing? Get on your line. Claret 22, should Vice have stayed on his line? Vice looked overwhelmed, says Jimmy. He might have caught it. Yeah, I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, though, isn't it? In that scenario, when you look at that, stays on his line, he probably just goes, yeah, cheers, thanks. But then if he stays on his line and is rooted to his line, and it doesn't work out like that, everyone's going, why is he rooted to his line? I agree he should have done better, though. I agree he should have done better. Anyway, Burnley coming forward now. It's Tuna on the right-hand side. He's coming inside the box. He's laid it off towards Anthony, but it's Declan Rice who kicks it out for a corner. Burnley back on top. Up them clazzers. Anyway, Burnley corner. Can we do a repeat of what Arsenal have just done? My guess, no. Deflated me a bit. I expected us to get beat, obviously, but I felt like we were building a bit here. Anyway, Burnley corner. Who's taking it? I can't tell from here. Is it Kyle? Not Kyle. Jaden. It's an outswinger. Oh no, it's just like a drilled effort towards the edge, and then he just kind of headed towards Raya, who mops it up. Yeah, good point, Luke. To be fair, Arsenal overwhelm most keepers in the league. To be honest, can't be too harsh. Completely agree. He should do better in that scenario, and he will learn from it. Ready for the Championship next season. I just think it's a good. Arsenal have done. How many times have Arsenal done that this year? Like, this is why people give them grief for the boring football. I mean, I don't subscribe to it. I like to say it now and then on Twitter just to wind them up. If it works, it works, and it's worked. They're going to win the league playing this way. Who cares? We finished 7th playing a certain way. We didn't care. I don't like the zonal marking personally. No, somebody should be running with Havertz at that point. I know man marking has its downsides as well. If Havertz loses his man, then he's pretty much free, but he was practically free anyway. Anyway, another soft Arsenal free kick. Anthony's shot and scored, but it won't count. He's given a free kick, so Anthony's going to get booked, I would imagine. Oh, hold on. What's he on about here? What's the ref on about? Right, so he's given a free kick for that. I mean, I think it is a free kick, to be fair. Anthony pushed Eze. The ref gave a free kick. Anthony carried on. Brian Seattle's in the chat now, and he said a huge mistake by Vi. I don't get why everyone's loves. He should have done better. I won't call it a mistake, Brian. I just think you're playing against Arsenal, who are very good at corners. I think we should just not be as harsh on him, personally. I notice this against Villa, though. People can't wait to slag him off. What's all that about? Should have done better. Yeah, leave it at that. It's not a case of throwing him under the bus. He should. Yeah, you're right, Brian. In the end, hindsight is a wonderful thing. You must have missed it earlier. I think you've only just joined. To be fair, hindsight, he should have stayed on his line. Yeah, but you, as a defender, you want the keepers to come for the crosses, right? Anyway, Arsenal coming again into the box. It's Havertz. No, into the box, into their own half. I meant to say Havertz now to Saka, 1-on-1 against Perez. Cuts back, gives it to Odegaard. Saka's clear. Gone out. Jimmy says, no keeper is perfect. I think in that situation, he needs to be bold. However, it happens. I'll tweet it. Watch me get grief now. Anyway, Arsenal coming again. It's been a pretty much all Arsenal since the goal. So yeah, big fan of Vice's Clarets 22. Should be good next year. It was a great header. No shame on Vice, says Andrew. But Brian says we contain them very well until I go. Oh, yeah, I agree there, Brian. I'm just going to quickly stick this on screen. However, I am still here. But you can still hear me. You can still chat me. I'll take it off in just a second. And there's the money shot, the one that you all wanted. Arsenal coming again down the right-hand side with Saka to Havertz. Havertz now 1-on-1 with Lucas Perez. Back to Saka on the edge of the box. He's going to hit it! Inches wide. Inches wide. Get that second goal. And I've not gone for a poo, Jimmy. Someone else in the house may have done that. You wouldn't have been able to... What do you want me to do? Just shout from the toilet? That'd have been weird. You could still hear me. I don't still look coming. 38-year-old needs to get a grip. I once went to an Accrington Stanley game. They were playing away at Doncaster. And every time, because it was such a small away crowd, every time somebody got up in the crowd chanted, "He's gone for a poo. He's gone for a poo." And it was honestly, it was so funny. But again, these grow up 38. What I've noticed in these watch-alongs is I don't really talk about the match. I just chat absolute rubbish. So let's get into it. Arsenal coming now, the right-hand side through Havertz, passes it to Saka, who's in the edge of the box, lays it off towards Odegaard. They want a handball. They will appeal for literally anything, will Arsenal. Literally anything. Still Arsenal, though. Odegaard gives it away. Bad touch from Odegaard. Jadon Anthony's got it, and now Burnley can come away through Lucas Perez down their right-hand side. But he cuts back because, of course, that's the Burnley thing to do. Man, he finds Les. Les has done well. He's kept possession. Oh, no. He's unfortunate there, to be fair. Declan Rice tackles him, and it hits Les's foot on the way out, and it's an Arsenal throw-in. Let's have a little look at this. Oh, get a grip. Get an absolute grip. Never a handball. Jeff says, "Did they lose on Sunday get a golden spoon?" It's a wooden spoon. That's the thing. You get a wooden spoon when you last, not a golden spoon. I'd happily finish last for a golden spoon, as J-Rod in the chat says. Yeah, what's golden about finishing last? Did anyone else in this chat who's a Burnley fan used to go to that Isle of Man tournament back in the day? I went once and we finished second bottom. And at last day of season, we played Darlington. I think last season tournament. We played Darlington, I think it was, and whoever lost that would have finished bottom. Thankfully, we didn't. I think we won on penalties. We were god awful that. We even lost against an Isle of Man 11 the year I went. I think it was 2000. I mean, 12 then. Jesus. I wish we still did that, you know, or just do something like Burnley's pre-season stuff has been crap. Jeff says Premier League, it's Golden Shore, the best of the world. Well, if that were the case, mate, I'd be finishing last and melting it down and getting it down to cash converters, 100%, 100%. 10 seconds left. Burnley have got it in the middle with Jadon Anthony. He's coming forward, though. He gets it out wide to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's coming forward now. He's going to give it to Tuna. He's going to cut back inside. Just get it in the box, man. Gives it back to Kyle. The referee's going to blow. Fucking idiots, man. Absolute idiots. Just get it in the box. Just get it in the box. Stupid. Anyway, that's half time. I haven't updated the score at the bottom. How pathetic of me, and how... This is why we only win silver awards. This is why I don't win the gold award. This is why. Just unacceptable. Just unacceptable from me. Yeah, so Burnley won. I mean, I wish. Arsenal won, Burnley 0 at half time. It is half time now. And what we will do in half time is take a look at some of the stats from the match. Burnley have had a few corners. So, hey, it's not been all Arsenal. We've had a few corners, haven't we? Don't worry, the money shot is coming back now. There you go. Just can't get the staff. Just can't get the staff. But anyway, let's have a look at the stats. It's as it's what you expected it to be. It really is. It really is. Anyway, let's bring it up on your screen now. No, we don't want it like that. We'll make it look like that to make it look better. Can you see it? The problem is I've got one of them right big screens, like right wide screens, and when you do it, it makes that look bad. I'll tell you what, dude. Hold on. Again, this is why you only win silver awards, not the gold ones. I can't even bring a screen in properly. Absolute shambles of a channel. Right, share screen. Arsenal 1, Burnley 0. That should look better for you all. There it does. Right, so stats. Expected goals for Arsenal 0.64 to Burnley's 0.15. 72% possession to our 28. 9 shots to our 3. 2 shots on target to our none. 1 big chance to our none. 3 corner kicks to 3. So there you go. We are not being outfought on the corner kick battle. 1 yellow card. We're winning the yellow card battle. Come on. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, that stat tells you that we've. This is why the eye test, I feel, is always important as well, because that stat tells a story that we have just done nothing. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, in terms of sort of like chances and stuff, we've struggled to create a big one. But we have gone forward. We have tried. We've tried to sort of like sit in shape and counter-attack them. But ultimately, Arsenal have been. They've definitely been the better side. I've obviously got no complaints about that. Obviously, the main talking point from the half, though, was this VAR incident. Now, I kind of like the screenshot that I've done now, because look at the VAR person's face there. It looks like he's going, which is exactly what I was doing. Ultimately, having watched it back again, I do think it's one of them where Perez is somewhat fortunate. I don't think it's a penalty now when I look back at it again, because I do think Saka, ultimately, the action in this incident is Saka kicking the back of Perez's foot. However, Perez is quite lucky, I think, because Perez plants his foot in front of the ball, knowing a shot is coming. 20 years ago, that's good defending. Now, tell you what, and this is where it kind of becomes a bit contradictory. If that's given on the pitch, there is no chance VAR overturns that, because it's one of them that just umpire's call, if you will. If you're a cricket man like myself, referee's call. But I'd be fuming if that were the other way around. Again, I'd be pretty fuming. I'd be pretty fuming. I think it's one of them that's kind of like a grey area. It's not a definite pen. It's not a definite not pen. I think it's one of them where if the referee to give it, VAR ain't overturning it. His blue boot touched the ball first. What, Pimers did it? Let's have a look. We'll try and get it back on screen. I mean, you probably see from there. Did it touch the ball? It might have done. It might have done. If it did, then that brings a different sort of aspect to it. I didn't see that, to be honest with you. VR person holding in a thought. I should laugh at stuff like that. I'm 38. But I do. And it's probably my 8-year-old son's fault, so I'll blame him. But anyway, keep your comments coming in. Joe getting the wooden spoon at this rate. Tech issues without Andy. The stream will be every stream is much better with Andy, should I say. Brian says we've not been that bad, honestly, but come in their quality far surpassing that. Hannibal looks dangerous, so he had a great chance earlier. Agreed. Graham says played well. If it stays at 1-0, they'll get nervous towards the end of the game. Andrew's in the chat. This is Andrew, by the way. Always Claret. If you see him in something called that's Andrew. He says, "Let Matty in that first half. Most enjoyable part of it, to be honest." If you win silver, I'd hate to watch the Bronx channel. Bit rude, Paul. Just got to take it on the chin, haven't I? Who was bronze? A Sheffield Wednesday channel won it, which I watched back, and I'm sorry, I'm better than. And I can't remember who the bronze channel was. I'll tell you who didn't win a thing. Who was in the channel in the same group? The Blackburn channel. They won nothing. They'll be used to that now, though, won't they? Never a penalty for me, says Paul. Brian says, have any of our central defenders scored from a corner once this season? I can't recall if even one. I don't think so, mate. Off the top of your head. Jeff says that the orders isn't exactly what should have been done all season. Non-decision and it's not clear. I agree. That's a fair way of putting it, Jeff. Never a penalty, says Andrew. If you get a penalty by kicking the back of someone's leg, we should all just go home. Sharpie says the handball in the Forest game was completely agree. They've come out and apologised for it now, though, haven't they? And that's annoyed me even more. I don't know why. Well, I do. But that's annoyed me even more. Stop getting these decisions wrong. And what annoyed me again is there was a similar one for us against Brentford. It's slightly different in the fact that Barnsley brings the ball down and scores himself rather than laying it off to somebody else. However, it's the same sort of concept. I don't know why that should make it any different. A handball is a handball, right? If you then score yourself or you lay it off to somebody else, what does it matter? It's still handball. But it annoyed me that they came out and apologised to Forest. And I think they've apologised to Forest because of Marinakis, and they know they'll just get a load of shit and a load of pathetic, childish statements that Marinakis and Forest like to do. Did we get an apology for the Brentford one? Probably not. Probably not. Luke says, not a pen. How many times this season we've seen the defender go to clear the ball and attack against his leg in the way to make contact and win a pen? I agree. And that's why on the live moment I was saying, I think it's a pen, not because I agree with the rule, but because I've seen that happen so many times. Up the red barns and says never a pen. I'll tell you what, mate, and this is why I'm looking forward to next season. It's never a pen in the EFL. Never a pen in the EFL. Better without me. Well, everything's better without you, Andrew. No, I'm joking. I mix my words up. No, we're going to finish first, mate. We're going to finish first. Everyone's having a chat in the comments. Please feel free to talk to everybody else. If you haven't already, Andrew, I'm looking at you. Like the stream. Remember, when you're coming on, like the stream if you want to. In fact, no, not if you want to. Like it. Like the stream now. You may notice that some people like Brian, like J-Rod in the chat, have little Burnley crests, well, Turfcast crests next to their name. Excuse me. Get the Burton live on stream then. Next to their name. If you want one of them, you can join the channel now. You will get a little badge. You start off with the Claret badge, and I think you make your way forward after a certain amount of months, and you do get benefits in there as well, like the early release of certain shows. We have a big interview coming up on the channel this week, and the people who are members will be released first for them. I'm not going to say who the person's name is, but he's a modern day Clarets legend. I'll go that far. So make sure you do. Always Clarets in the chat says like and subscribe, guys. I like how he said that without being a member of the channel. I'm joking, Andrew. You definitely do not to become a member. Get signed up, you cheap bastards, says Brian. Completely agree, but I wouldn't have put it in so many words as Brian did. Tell you what I'm going to do. There's only 75 people in the chat, so if a few of you leave while I have a quick toilet break and to get a beer, then it'll be about 45. I'm sure it'll build back up. Hold on, I like this comment from Graham here. Vice reminds me of Trafford. He just needs more experience. I had a conversation with somebody who will remain nameless. Nobody important. Well, if he's in the chat now, he will be fuming I said that. And we had a similar sort of thing, similar sort of discussion earlier this week. I completely agree. I feel like because Trafford's main thing, he was a great shot stopper. I think Vice is a good shot stopper. But Trafford was so poor at coming out for corners and collecting it. Do you remember that incident against Lucian? I still think it's a free kick to be fair, but I also think he should make sure he just wasn't strong enough in them moments. You know what I'm talking like an upwards deflection. And I think Vice has just proven that might be the case again. However, it could be a season in the Championship will really help Vice, like it is for Trafford. Another donation from Jack. Another super chat. All super chats will be put on screen, even if they are abusive. Obviously, any racism or homophobia or anything like that won't get put on screen. But I'm not sure it'll get through the YouTube box. But if you want anything reading out, and to guarantee it, if the stream becomes quite popular later on, because it did against Palace when we turned it round, you need to send it into the super chat. But Jack said, "I'm back from walking a train. What have I missed? Tea drinking, Joe? Well, I've not finished the tea because you upset me. Basically, we're 1-0 down. It was a corner shot. Also, love a corner. Some fans are debating whether Vice is at fault for it or not. He probably should do better. But I think the overriding thing, Jack, is that it was just a good corner. There was a VAR shout for a penalty as well, Jack. I'm bringing all this in for Jack because he's super chatted, so you get to dictate the stream as well. But ultimately, I think Perez Saka kicks the back of Perez's leg, and that's why it's not given more than anything else. But anyway, I'm going to be like literally 2 minutes, everybody. 2 minutes. So don't go anywhere. I'm not going for a poo, as Jimmy keeps telling you all. I'm going to go for a wee, though. I wouldn't have told everybody, but Jimmy keeps saying I'm going for a poo. So I need to quash them rumours. And you know what? Because Jack's bullying me on the super chats, I'm also going to get a couple of beers because I had a beer 52 order last week. Sponsorship available, beer 52 if you're watching. And yeah, we're ready for the second half. So won't be long. Please don't go anywhere. But if you do go somewhere, make sure you're back in around 5 minutes. Anyway, I'm off for a wee. See you in 3. We are back. Or are we? Let's get rid of that. There's the money shot. Right. What have I missed? Because it has already started. Are we 3-0 down yet? No. Thank God. Good to see you all chatting amongst yourselves. Love that. Love that we have a community. To answer your question though, Jimmy, no, there's no. I don't have any mods. I just usually mod myself. But obviously, when I nip away from the screen for a bit there, all could have been said. Yeah, I've only got 6,000, so I don't know. You apologies, Jimmy, if you do this. But I always find it always a bit weird when people have like 400 subs and like 8 mods. It's like, what are you doing? Just do it yourself. Like if someone starts giving it big and now in chat, I just ban them. Easy. But yeah, anyway, right. Burnley with a free kick. Zian flicks it on. It's gone to Anthony, who gets it out to Perez. Ball in the box. It's not a good cross, though. It's blocked, but Jaden's picked it up. Coming inside. Jaden, now he's got past the defender. Oh, they've mopped it. They've done well in the end there, Arsenal. He got past Saliba, but Declan Rice then came in and mopped it up, and then Arsenal can clear, but it will go straight out of play for a Burnley throw-in. All right, Duck, hope you stop Arsenal for the banter, lol, from a Blade. Well, it's good to see the Blades back in the chat because we're going to have to deal with you next season, aren't we? Not that I have an issue with Sheffield United. I'm taking the piss. But yeah, thank you, mate. Not going to happen. But yeah, we'll see. Looking forward to probably what will be another battle between Burnley and Sheffield United at the top next season. Although I've not paid too much attention to it this year, if I'm honest. You might be god awful these days. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, mate. Anyway, the beers are in. We have. I know I said earlier on I've had a Beer 52 delivery, and I have sponsorship available because twice I've dropped your name now, Beer 52. But none of them are in the fridge apart from one from the last month's Beer 52 delivery, and it's this one. Speed Date by the Yeasty Boys. But I did find 2 Madries that were in the back of the fridge, so I'll just have them. So yeah, come and drink with me. This is what I tend to do on Watch Alongs, just get drunk. But then I had a brew earlier and I started getting shit off Jack. And Jack's kind of like the money man of Turfcast, so I basically need to do what he says. Anyway, tell you what's a great sound. This. Ooh, love it. Ooh. That could have ended awfully. That'd have gone everywhere. Anyway, shall I actually do some football watch along stuff? See, watch a Goldbridge watch along and then come back and watch this. Check the difference out. That's why you only win silver. That's why Goldbridge is a multi-millionaire. And I'm not. Anyway, up the Turfcast, down with the Goldbridge. And I'm not going to finish that sentence before someone clips it up because I actually quite like me. But anyway, not much is happening. Don't worry. I know I'm talking rubbish, but nothing's happening. Also, just pass it around at the back. Arsenal are coming forward now. On the right-hand side through Havertz, gets it to Saka. Cuts inside like he always does. Out to Odegaard, who's going to come across the edge of the 18-yard box. He goes back and he's going to pass it to Saka, is it? Yep. You can predict Arsenal a mile away, man. They're just too good to stop. Saka now, Odegaard, edge, Havertz, Rice, screen throws, and Burnley got the ball. Yes, J-Rod, that's a Madra, but I've not opened that yet. We have this thing, or you probably have them in America, but we have this company over here called Beer 52 where they essentially send you you pay a subscription fee. They essentially send you a box of beers every month, and you can kind of choose what you like, but they're always like surprise beers. I always choose sort of like blonde ales, pale ales, IPAs. I don't mind a stout, but I think if you get a bad stout, it's bad. But there's probably not much of a thing as a bad pale ale or a bad IPA. But you can get bad stout. I love a Guinness though. Anyway, I said anyway. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Great content. But only coming forward. David Ray will get it. I'm going to give this a refresh because it's freezing a lot. Don't worry, I've got the backup screen on my big telly. $4.99 though, because he is American. Good restaurant recommendations in Burnley. We'll put that on screen for you. Everybody else with a shot. Ooh, is that a pen? Zian's down in the box and he wants something. Sorry, I were reading stuff. Declan Rice had it in the middle. He gave it to Eze, who gave it away to Jadon Anthony. Jadon Anthony came forward. He comes inside, shoots, and then Zian's pushed over, but not for me. Never a pen. Because Fleming shot, not Fleming, Anthony shot, and Zian then gets pushed over long after the shot's gone and it's going over the bar. I'd be fuming if that were given against us anyway. Good restaurant recommendations in Burnley. Depends how far you want to go, mate. There's the White Swan. Is it in Fence, the White Swan? That's a Michelin star restaurant. If you want to go somewhere, go there, mate. I like the Forest in Fence as well. That's a good one. The Lounge at Crowwood, which is more of like a afternoon vibe, if you will. When I used to go there, I used to get what did I get now? Eggs Benedict, you know, it's held that sort of stuff. But also at Crowwood, there's Wilfred's and Bertram's. Them two are fantastic. Wilfred's especially. I'd recommend both of them too. There's also that Italian in the town centre. What's it called? Can't remember. There's an Italian in the town centre. I can't remember its name. That's decent. Depends what type of food do you like, mate? What type of food do you like? There's a Mexican at the foot of Pendle. Burnley just had a cross, by the way. I like it there. Called Wellsprings. I love a Mexican. Boots is decent. Boots. Do you mean the Boots Inn? Boot Inn, yeah. Boot Inn's decent. Yeah. Sorry, I misread it. New Wagoners. My little boy's friend's dad owns that. Well, he's a manager. What's he called now? Patrick. I like it in there. That's more of a pub grub sort of place than restaurant, isn't it? I do like it there. Plazio, that's it. Yeah, Plazio. That's the Italian in the town centre. I recommend that one. There's another Italian as well, but I don't know where it is and I can't remember its name, but I've been and I like it. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward. Arsenal have got it in the box. Half cleared by Anthony. Kind of like heels it away. What is it? Kind of like goes to boot it, but misses it. Arsenal still got possession on the right-hand side of the box. Declan Rice. Ball in. Shot. It's hit the bar. Hit the bar and gone over. You did not know. Jack says, you do not have to do. I'm joking, mate. I am joking. I'm joking. I'm taking the piss, mate. I'm taking the piss. But you say dance, I say how high. Sorry. You say jump, I say how high. Is the joke. Yeah, Russell. I'm glad there's people in here reminding me. That should have been a corner, by the way. They've been robbed of two corners of Arsenal. Yeah, May also put worse one is really good. Again, though, that's more of a pub with grub, but it's good grub. It's not pub grub like the Wagoners, for example. It's a bit more, I won't say upmarket at all, because I don't like that term. It kind of like belittles the other place, but I don't know. Probably more expensive. Shimler's a fantastic curry house. Aroma as well. If you like a curry, J-Rod, this second half has just been talking about restaurants in Burnley. I love it. And now I'm getting hungry. So thanks for that, guys. I had tuna pasta for tea because that's all my little boy ever wants to eat. And I'm too lazy to make anything else. Yeah, Rod says, well, you can always chat to me on the side via text whenever you're free. Yes, mate, let me know when you get here as well. If I get a chance, I'll try and meet you before the match. But I'm not sure if I'm around, if I'm honest with you. But again, we'll chat. We'll chat. Anyway, Arsenal got it. Calafiori in the middle, gets it out to Trossard. It's a great ball to Havertz. He's in. Ball across. Header. Hits the back of Estev. And it takes all the power off it. It's Eze with the header. Steve gets his body in the way, takes all the power off it, and Max Weiss can just mop it up. Good play from Arsenal. Steve's somewhat fortunate. He's gone up to head it, misses it completely. I mean, Eze is not known for his aerial ability, but he's got to do better there. He's got to do better there. Right, shall we shall we have another link? Send another link out. We currently have 41 people who have liked the stream, yet there's 66 people in the chat at this current time. So please, if you haven't already, make sure you like. Brian says, I thought it'd be at least 3-0 by now, honestly. Well, Brian, let's not forget, I predicted 1-1. So my prediction shout is still on, Brian. As is Chris's, as is Liam's, as is Sam's. It's just Isaac and Andrew that have booked it. But again, just to give full transparency, don't know where have I gone? Can you all hear me? There you go. To give full transparency, I don't actually think it's going to finish 1-1. Anyway, Burnley coming forward. Jaden Anthony. He's going to shoot. Is he? No. He's cut back inside. Give it to Kyle Walker. Burnley can reset. My screen freezes. Then Arsenal have got the ball. Classic. So no idea what happened. Arsenal are coming forward now, though. No, I wasn't more optimistic than Andrew Jimmy. Andrew had a 1-0. I had a... Oh, Hannibal! Hits it! Oh, it's awful. He's had a blush of blood, a rush of blood to the head there as Hannibal. There were better options on. He's hit it from distance and it sailed over the bar. Look, Fleming's there. Get it out wide. You know, do something better than that. Thoughts on Vices early on? Is going to be. I think he's good enough to be the number one for next season. Jack says, I don't really eat in Burnley. It's always a booze-filled weekend if I don't take the little one. If I do, then it's Burger Van outside the turf. Where are you from then, mate? I mean, don't feel free to not put it in the chat if you want. I just presumed you were from Burnley. Arsenal with the ball now in the middle. Coming forward again now, edging towards the box. It's clipped over towards Calafiore, I think it is, but it's gone out. It were Odegaard with the ball, but it's got too much on it. Barnsley, that's interesting. We had a Barnsley fan in the chat earlier. You might be besties, might be one of your mates. It's been a while since we've even played Barnsley, but it's been a while since I've been. I used to go every time. It's obviously an easy ground to get to. Oh, Jimmy. Anyway, we're kind of sort of like pending at the minute. Arsenal. Ooh, oh. I appreciate that's not great content because you have no idea what just happened. But we nearly nicked the ball quite high up the pitch because Arsenal now kind of like retreated, keeping possession, passing it back, trying to get Burnley out, trying to invite the press to then pick us off. It's just textbook, and you can see it every time. That's a foul, and he's going to give a free kick to Arsenal. He has. He has. Florentino with the foul it was. Arsenal free kick just inside their half. Odegaard takes it. He's gone short to Declan Rice, who gets the ball out to Havertz. He gives it to Saka. There's one-on-one with Perez, which is not what you want to see. Big Les has come to try and help. And Big Les helps. They only have possession. Perez gives it away. Arsenal have possession. Odegaard on the edge of the box. Great pass. He has to be offside, though. He's got to be offside. Now the offside flag goes up. Pathetic. I think it was Havertz who was offside, who then played it into Saka. Saka had a shot into the side netting. Yeah, he's miles off. I hate that rule. I get it because of VAR. I hate the entire thing. I hate the entire system. Again, though, we were saying in the first half, the longer it stays 0-0, the more nervous they get. The longer it stays 1-0, the more nervous it gets. Because we're only one great bit of play away from a goal. We now have 46 likes. So come on, guys, if you haven't liked it yet, please. I hate doing all this YouTube stuff. But trust me, it's got to be done. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward. Havertz goes down. Referee tells him to get up. Fair play. Thought that were going to be a free kick. Burnley have got it at the back. Kyle Walker with the ball now. Straight all the way to David Raya and Arsenal reset. Anyway, it's Trossard with the ball on the left-hand side who gets it down to Rice. Sorry, I'm just tweeting the link to the page. Arsenal with the ball on the right-hand side, but Kyle Walker mops it up. Gets it to Steve, who gets it to Fleming. He hits Fleming and goes out for an Arsenal throw-in in the Burnley half and quite close to the penalty area, really. So Arsenal will be happy with it. Excuse me. That's the problem. This is the problem, Jack, by the way. And I didn't think this earlier. But once I start drinking beers on stream, I start burping quite a lot. You have Discord, says Jimmy. No, I had one, but I don't know. Like, it's just me. I don't get me wrong. Andrew, Chris, Stam, Nathan, all fantastic helps. Liam, Isaac with the graphics, all fantastic helps. But stuff like that, it's just me running them all. So it can be hard work half the time. So I had a Discord, but I didn't get it off. Anyway, Arsenal with a free kick. Just to the right, just near the touchline, but just to the right-hand side of the penalty area. It's going to be Declan Rice to take it. He's going to swing it into the box. Obviously, they're going to try and win a header here. Similar to how they scored the goal. Declan Rice takes it. It's trickled. It were a poor free kick in truth, but it trickled all the way through. And we've struggled to clear our lines here. Now the flag goes up. This is when I get annoyed with this rule, right? So Declan Rice puts a free kick in, somebody's offside. Linesman keeps his flag down, right? The flag stays down. Burnley struggle to clear. Bit of head pinball in the box. Burnley then come away and look to counter. Flag goes up. Referee blows a whistle. Just play on. It's our turn now. The whole thing is yeah, I know, Jimmy. You know, I might bring it back, and we are going to make quite a lot of changes to Turfcast in the summer. There's hopefully nothing's confirmed yet, but there's hopefully some big news coming. Me and one of the lads had a meeting with some people last week, and we're hoping Burnley, tuna, clear. And we're hoping that we can start up in the content and we can start doing a bit more. And yeah, that was ultimately why I had a Discord. But I feel like Turfcast is more towards kind of like my generation. I don't do this intentionally. I know the people that watch the most always tend to be around late 20s to sort of like mid 40s. You might get the odd person who's, in the 50s, 60s, but it's mainly my age. And I don't think that many people my age use it. I think it's more of a younger generation thing, similar to TikTok. I'm probably chatting. But yeah. Anyway, Arsenal coming. I remember that, Jack. Jack says, funny thing is, I've been on the base class with Kevin McDonald once when he walked out at the 4-0. It weren't 4-0, mate, weren't it not? I think we were 3-0 down after 15 minutes, and then it ended up being like 6-0, 5-0, was it? I remember that back in 2009, 2010, whatever it was. Well, it'd been 10, wasn't it? Because that's when Brian Laws was the manager. Obviously went to the 110, which is no longer open. RIP to the 110. Jokeres is warming up. Arteta's flapping. His arse is like that. Flapping. Putting the big guns on. I should have said the big gunners. Anyway, that's a foul. Burnley coming forward. Tuna on the left, on the right-hand side. Kyle Walker overlapping him. Kyle Walker's got it. It's a Hannibal. It's a bad ball. Hannibal, that's a free kick. How is that not a free kick? Hannibal felled. Linesman and referee give nothing because he's wearing a Burnley shirt. Yeah, 110 was a great bar. A great working men's club. I tell you what, RIP to the Irish League. That was the best working men's club in Burnley. I loved the Irish League, but it was always dead. Like I went in no matter what, and it was always dead. So I know why it went bust. But I used to love the Irish League. The best thing about the Irish League is how stuck in the 1930s it were. I remember once I went with my partner at the time, and she weren't from round Burnley, so she didn't really understand kind of like the the sort of like the culture in Burnley, if you will. And there was that. Remember where the pool tables were? Women weren't allowed in that area. This is even like in like I think this was like 2008. Even in 2008, women still weren't allowed in certain areas of the pub. There was a sign up saying no women past this point, which is obviously, for 2008, 2009, pretty disgusting, if you will, like pretty misogynist. And she just walked in and sat down, and all the members were furious. All these old men were like, oh, I'm like, you can't do that, man. You've gone past that point. She's like, I don't care. You're from Liverpool. Well, near the area. It was funny. Anyway, Arsenal attacking. Now they want a free kick. They're not going to get it, but Burnley are going to get that. And you're going to book him, aren't you, referee? Because that was a blatant, finally. Brian says, where was the Irish League, Joe? Moved to Seattle in 1987 and can't remember it. It was in Burnley Wood, mate. Is it Burnley Wood? Do you know where Upper Tenter is and Lower Tenter? Where's best to describe it? Off Parliament, not off Parliament Street, but near Parliament Street. You turn right. I'd say that would be Wood. Or is it? It's not Bewood, that is it? Bewood's on the other side of Parliament Street. The bar I was talking about there, J-Rod, was a bar called the Irish League. Obviously, you won't have it. It shut down a while ago now, so you won't remember it. It's actually like a kitchen unit place now. They make kitchens. But yeah, there's some street. I'll quickly get Google Maps up. Riveting content. Absolutely riveting. So it was, where's Parliament Street now? So Manny Road's there. Parliament Street's there. It was on a street, mate. It was off near Plum Street, kind of like the Miners, but a bit further down, and then near a place called off Oxford Road. You know where the pub the Oxford is, or was? I don't think that's still there either. Near the Doctors. Oh, hold on. Havertz getting a red card here. Sorry, should really focus on the match. Havertz getting a red card. Oh, that's a red. That's a red. That has to be a red. I've just seen it now. Send him off. The dirty get. Send him off. The dirty get. He's got to go. He's got to go. Bottled it. Anas Aurori was sent off the exact same challenge. Admittedly, 2.5 years ago. That's a red. How is that not a red? How is that not a red? How is that not a red? How is that not a red card? I'll tell you why. It's not a red card. Because he's wearing an Arsenal shirt. Absolutely disgusting. You dirty get. You bottleless get, Campbell. Send him off. He's not even a yellow, Robbo, because he's been booked already. He's not even given a yellow for it. That's come on. Anas Aurori was sent off for the exact same thing. That's a red. Robbed. We've been robbed. The problem with doing these, I like doing them, by the way. I actually prefer doing them. Hannibal's going off. I know he's on a yellow, so I get it. But I feel like a lot of our players come through and has looked dangerous, so we're probably going to go into our shallow. Man, you it's Zeki. Zeki's a good player. What I really need, to be fair, is somebody to help with the socials when I do stuff like this. But can I just, right, for those of you that aren't watching, I know most of you are, because it's called a watch along, not watch this instead. In the words of the great Corby Lane, Studs in the back of the leg. Anybody else, apart from the big six, that's a red. You're telling me if that's Les on Havertz, he's not sent off? I'll just leave you with that one. Put your thinking caps on. Put your thinking caps on and tell me what you think of that. That is a red card all day long. I've done it again. Didn't mean to do that. There you go. Get me out of this league. You're already out of it, mate. Blood dive, says Cons Edits. There's a reason why your name's Con. Lee Greenwood says he's not even gone for the ball. Effing Bill Poo. 100% the red. Red all day. Jimmy's not even a Burnley fan, guys. I know I'll keep reminding you all of that. I just don't understand that exactly the same as Hazard. Don't know why I went to Hazard then, mate. Sorry, we'll keep it at Harry. We're not on nickname terms. Good sub that, says Russ. Yeah, well, honestly, Jay, I can do stuff, mate. We can see. So Oxford Road is Temple Street. Say, yeah, it's round there, mate. Yeah. Anyway, that's the conversation from earlier. I don't know, mate. I genuinely, someone else in the chat might be able to tell you what the commentator said. I obviously haven't got them on due to the fact that if I had, I mean, I could stick an headphone in, couldn't I? Thinking about it, but it's still late now. But obviously, because I'm watching it now, I can't check and cut. Exactly, mate. 100%. If that's the other way around, he's sent off. They just don't have the bottle, right? They do not have the bottle because they know now if they send somebody off and then Burnley equalise, uproar from the Arsenal fans. Everybody whinges. Everybody goes on Twitter. They have to talk about it on Ref Watch, on PGMOL TV or whatever. They just haven't got the balls. They haven't got the balls. The referees, if the referees haven't got the balls to make the decision on the pitch, or he didn't see it, which is what VAR's for, then the people at St George's Park have got to have the balls to make these decisions. You can't just sit there and think, well, it might decide the title. Well, so what? It's not you giving him the red that's decided the title. It's him putting the challenge in. Disgusting is what it is. Good job it don't matter in certain. Could you imagine though if we still had a chance of staying up and something like that cost us? I mean, City fans can feel aggrieved because they still have a chance of winning the title. Very slim chance now, admittedly, but Havertz sub now, so there you go. Yeah, I do remember me saying that, mate. You were right. Con Edit says I could see Arsenal being caught up cheating, no pens or reds this season, being pampered by the rest every game, very fishy. They mock City for having charges, but they may get some too. I don't know, mate. That is one hell of a conspiracy theory, but there's, it's weird that, blatant decisions like that aren't given. Anyway, Arsenal with the free kick now, of course. Right, listen, earlier on, I said to you, Anas Sarori was sent off for the exact same kind of challenge. Somebody's already put it in the comments on Twitter. Let's just discuss this free kick first. Declan Rice to take it all the way through, all the way past. So I'm going to bring in now something to back up the point that I was making, right? So Anas Sarori, a couple of years ago, admittedly now, but Anas Sarori was sent off for that challenge on Kyle Walker, right? Tell me what the difference is there between that and that. It's the same. It's exactly the same. VAR, again, he wasn't originally sent off for that on the pitch. It was VAR that came in and sent him off for that. So why is that a red card? But that one isn't. I'll tell you why. That one was by a Burnley player on a top six player. That one was by a top six player on a Burnley player. I need to stop pressing that button. Now tuner's down. Exactly, Harry. Exactly. Definite red. And now there's an off-the-ball incident where Tuner's been thumped 15 minutes gone. And Arsenal, the reason why they're playing like this is because they're worried. You've got not to be worried about Arsenal. This is Burnley. But they're playing like this now, throwing in these challenges, off the ball incidents, because they're worried. It's only 1-0 with 15 minutes left. They know a goal for Burnley ruins their Arsenal chances. Ben White in the crowd talking to some young lady, hanging on his every word. They never look at me like that. Yeah, Big Les Lover says, well, if that was Big Les doing the tackle, he would have been straight off. The referee would have sent him off. He wouldn't have even had to go to VAR. The Prem is corrupt, and that is a fact. Right. Josh Loren is on the pitch now. When did that happen? And he's given a free kick away. Of course he has. Arsenal come away. Excuse me. Oh, I'm burping now. Ball into the box. He's going to go down for a pen. Of course he is. Pathetic. Some Arsenal fans struggle with why some people don't like them. This is why. This is why. Let's have a look at this again on the replay. Just get up, you dick. James Ward-Prowse is coming on now. And Jeff says JWP's first set piece goal to Burnley, I think he means, is coming. Florentino's gone off. James Ward-Prowse has gone on. We get a free. Could you imagine? I'm getting excited now. But could you imagine? 89th minute, free kick, 35 yards out. Ward-Prowse? Yeah. Could you imagine the scenes? The whole of Manchester, well, the blue half of Manchester. Well, in fact, I think Man United fans don't really care. It's the worst of two evils, isn't it? The lesser of two evils is what I meant to say. What are you doing, Rice? They've thrown themselves to the fucking floor again. Get up. You're pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I mean, Vice is poor there. Steve gets him the ball. He's been chased down by Gyökeres. He takes a touch. He takes too long. Gets his foot to the ball, and then Gyökeres throws himself to the floor. Pathetic. Oh, man, you. Whose foot is that? That's Vice's foot, isn't it? That's Vice's foot that gets the ball first. Yeah, it's definitely Vice's foot, that. Pathetic. It's embarrassing, and how he says there, it's pathetic. Arteta again, he's such a mod. I genuinely, and I do not use this term lightly, but I genuinely hate him. I hate him. Leslie Lever says, if we did manage to score, VAR would disallow it. You can't disallow a free kick. You can't disallow a free kick. What would this do for the title run, Joe? Out of sight if Arsenal won today. Not out of sight as such. If City beat Bournemouth in midweek and beat Villa on the last day, and Arsenal draw against Palace, then City will win it. But it's looking unlikely now, isn't it, to be fair? Let's be fair. It's going to be Arsenal. It's ever since City dropped points recently. I can't remember who it were against, but they dropped points not long ago. And that's what's done it. Big Les says, Arteta is such a crybaby. He complains at everything. Completely agree. Matt Lawcott reckons Arsenal are going to battle it on the final day. That would genuinely hit like crack. That would genuinely hit like crack. Everton, that's right, Harry. Yeah. Everton, J-Rod. Yeah, it was Everton, you're right. Doku as well, saving it in the last second. Yeah, Russell, everyone's correcting me. All right, I know I'm an idiot. Yeah, completely agree. Cons. Completely agree. Anyway, 10 minutes left. Plus added time. Still only 1-0. Stop. I read that in that voice. Stop. Arsenal coming forward. It's Odegaard with it. Nice little flick, to be fair. That's a free kick. Oh, the referee said we won the ball. But Arsenal still got possession. Now on the left-hand side. Ball into the box. Defended well from Kyle. And Arsenal with the throw-in. Hincapi. Is that how you pronounce that? Probably not. Hincapi? Anyway, Arsenal throwing. Level with the Burnley box. Hincapi's giving it to Declan Rice. I'm calling him that from now on. I don't care if it's right or wrong. Still not taking it. Wasting time now. Gets it all the way back to Hincapi. Arsenal with the ball into the box. Burnley clear. Well, not that far. Declan Rice has got it now. They're just slowing the game down now, Arsenal. Tell you what, though, and I know they're kind of fortunate in the sense that Palace have got the what's it called? The other European trophy. Why have I had a brain fart and I can't remember what it is? What's the percentage of the beer, Joe? This one's 5%. They're also lucky in the fact that Palace have got that game in midweek afterwards. Because if Arsenal play like this again, oh, Steve's going off. Arsenal played like this against a good Palace side. I honestly think Palace have beat them. At Palace as well, let's not forget. But Palace will have the under-11s out. Whatever the result, we can be proud of the lads tonight, says Graham. You know what, Graham? I agree. And ever since we got rid of Parker, told you we should have done it earlier, we've put in some very good performances. Now, could you imagine if we'd have done it in January and we should have done? Jackson's come in and he's had a word. You can tell. He's had a word. Joe's pissed off half a can, says Jimmy. Like with the vodka I took at half time that you missed. Right, so 7 minutes left outside of time. Oh, here we go. Gyökeres has just won the ball back from Tuanzebe. Has that gone off for a corner? No. Vice clears. There's people now talking about Jackson staying on. He's already said he don't want it. Who's Jonathan Hill? Matt? Is he a commentator? Parker was nice, says Jeff. Yeah, nicest guy in the world, mate. Tell you what it is. Did you ever have any sub teachers that were nice? You know, some substitute teachers that were all right, but you took the piss out of them because they were too nice. I think that's what's happened with Parker. I think the lads have not come in and not been arsed. Personally. Anyway, cheers. Right, what's going on here? Arsenal wasting time against little old Burnley. One last tweet of the link to try and get some more clicks. Our stream's lagging a little bit now. I have to throw it to Arsenal. And they're celebrating it like a goal. And I'm not criticising. If we were about to win the league title and we're only 1-0 up against somebody and we got a throw in, I'd celebrate it like that. You know what? I think he's going West Ham. I think he'll be at West Ham next year. Is Nuno staying or going? I don't know. But if Nuno goes, I think he'll be at West Ham next year. Another easy promotion. But West Ham won't take no shit. If they're in the bottom three in early October, he's probably sacked. Excuse me. Yeah, I agree, Jack. I think I said it earlier in the stream. I don't know if you're watching at that point. I don't think we'd have stayed up if we'd have got rid of Parker earlier on, but it wouldn't have been as embarrassing as what we've been. Anyway, Burnley have got the ball. Less than 5 minutes left till added time. Now it's Bashir Humphries out to Perez into Antony. Back to Perez, who's come inside and then he's lost it. And then he's given a foul there. Fucking hell. It was more a case of Declan Rice throwing himself to the pitch, but it was a foul. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, oh, mate, come on. It's a foul, right? Because Perez steps across him. But then this is what I hate about football these days. Declan Rice then takes a step, still on his feet, then realizes, hold on, this is the moment where I can go down now. Then trips himself over his own foot. A foul, but you need to follow us on all more socials, then, mate, because we have been tweeting about it. Riley says, didn't even know you were on Classes VAR. Let's just take a look, mate. That one's the correct decision. What the hell? What the hell? Or as the kids say these days, what the hell? And another free kick to Arsenal because they've thrown themselves to the floor again. To be fair, it's not good to watch. And obviously, as a Burnley fan, you're thinking, come on, stop it. But it is magnificent game management from Arsenal. You can criticise it all you want, but it's magnificent game management. They are just slowing the game down, taking any sting out of it whatsoever. Not that there's much sting in it, because it's Burnley. Anyway, free kick to Arsenal. Declan Rice to take it. Out to the right-hand side, near the touchline, around 35 yards out. Swings it in. It's a good ball. Headed away from Tuanzebe. Only as far as Trossard, who hits it high, wide, and handsome. On the goal kick. Start again. 2 minutes left plus added time. If Burnley do it now, I mean, we're not going to. But just let's just close our eyes for a minute, right? And imagine, manifest it. My stream is frozen. And only when my stream unfreezes, Burnley have lost possession. Oh, it's frozen for a while this time. It might need a refresh here. Oh my God, it's gone off. Don't worry, I've still got the big TV. Right. We've given it away. Of course we have. Gyökeres with the ball. Nobody goes anywhere near him, so he's got all the time in the world to turn and run at the defence. Right, we're going to have to use a big TV for a minute. Gyökeres with the ball. Turns and runs at the defence. He's one-on-one with Tuanzebe. Comes inside. Kyle Walker tackles and Burnley can come away with it. Right, let's start again. A minute and a half left. Burnley have the ball on the left-hand side with Jadon Antony. Cuts it back and gives it to Humphries. Who gives it to JWP? Back to JWP. To Jadon Antony. Arsenal pressing. Burnley aren't having any joy. They've got a lot of the ball and stuff at the minute. Arsenal are just containing them. They're just sitting back. I think everybody started watching this stream now. Not mine, unfortunately. The stream where I'm watching this on this Perfectly Legal website. Because it just keeps crashing and stuff. Anyway, Burnley got the ball. Jadon Antony to Zian. Zian Fleming turns, crowded out. We just don't have enough quality, unfortunately. We don't have enough good players. And Arsenal can clear. This is on its arse, this now. I'm going to have to watch this. Don't worry, I'm coming back. I've got one of them TVs where you can angle it towards you. So I've done that, but it's about another minute further behind. So anyway, Burnley with possession. Kyle Walker to James Ward-Prowse to Bashir Humphries to Jadon to Lorraine to James Ward-Prowse. It's all Burnley, but we're not in a good position. To Jadon to James Ward-Prowse, to Perez, to Zeke. Nothing happening. Well, this one's come back on now. There's been 7 minutes of added time given, and David Raya's on the deck. Classic. Pathetic. Anyway, you know what? I'm just going to come off that one because it's shite. We're just going to watch this one. What's he giving there, and why is Raya acting? Oh, Gabriel's a prick, isn't there? Is there any likeable Arsenal players? In fact, I'll tell you what it is. Yes, Declan Rice. I do like him. Arteta's a prick. I like Odegaard, actually. Gabriel's a prick. I mean, Zian's a bit excessive there, to be fair. Is it a yellow, though? Yeah, I mean, I've just seen it then, to be fair, Jimmy. I don't think it's a yellow. But I'm not buying this, Matt. Come on, there's no way he's that injured. There is no way that he is that injured from that. Pathetic. Oh, what's Trossard doing down now? Honestly. Time wasting against Burnley. Pathetic. Honestly, pathetic. Tosser. Trossard. Honestly, have we played a minute of football since the added time board went up? If we have, I think it's been like 30 seconds, if that. That's when Fleming clattered into Raya. Since then, Raya's been down for a minute and a half. Trossard's been down for 5 minutes, what feels like. Now they've made a sub. Yeah, Glyn, I agree. We've played well tonight. Too little, too late for our season, though. This is what I said. Jackson should have come in a lot earlier. Or at least Parker been sacked a lot earlier. We haven't played. Bet you any minute, it doesn't add any time on the top of this. It'll still blow on the 97th minute. We've played like 10 seconds of football within this added time. David Raya's still holding his back. Something tells me when the full-time whistle goes, he'll be celebrating like mad and his back will be fine. Anyway, they've finally taken the goal kick. It's headed out. Arteta lets it go past him, to be fair. I expect that. Who are you fancying for the job full-time, says Jack. Yeah, might as well have a bit of a debate about that while we wait for the full-time whistle. I mean, there's been a bit of a pushback to Gerrard, but I'm not against it, personally. I mean, everybody keeps saying, oh, how can you say Gerrard when Thomas Frank's available? Obviously, I want Thomas Frank over to Steven Gerrard. But let's be realistic. Is Thomas Frank going to go to Burnley in the Championship? No. Some people keep saying Knutson at that Bodo Glimt. Is he going to do that? Is he going to come to Burnley from a club regularly in the Champions League? They might not be in the Champions League this year. I don't know. Perez has been booked now. Someone else is down. Pathetic. Pep's available, but is it? Have City actually tweeted this? I saw it in the Daily Mail. That's it. It probably is a booking, that, to be fair. Exactly, Jimmy. You can't trust the Daily Mail. Fernie is a Leeds fan and said, all the best next season. Hopefully you'll come back up soon. Cheers, mate. Well done on staying up. Kudos to you and Sunderland. Absolutely embarrassing us. Ornstein's reported it. Fair enough. If Ornstein's reported it. Anyway, Arsenal free kick. Headed away. Burnley can come. Zeki, I'm doing it. That's a free kick to Burnley. Finally, ref. Obviously, Arsenal have stolen the ball. Arsenal, Arteta's whinging about Summit. Burnley free kick. Didn't even challenge. Didn't even challenge on the ball. Oh no, here we go. Here we go. Arsenal clean through on goal. Kyle Walker's done really well though. Well done, Kyle. He's done really well. Done really well there. Got back and saved a certain goal. Anyway, Burnley can restart. There's a minute and a half left. 1 second. I'm still here, don't worry. Burnley with the ball. Tuna's tried to lump it upfield. It's hit Trossard and gone to another Burnley player. It's Humphreys. James Ward-Prowse. Less than a minute left. Burnley still got the ball, but they're not getting anywhere. I mean, this is the best defence in the league, to be fair. So there's no criticism of Burnley from me. I think we've played all right tonight without creating anything, really. We are playing against the best team in the division, the best defence in the division. But Zeki, I'm doing it. It's poor. That's probably going to be it now. Even though there should be another 3 minutes on top of this, the referee won't have the balls, just like they didn't have the balls to give that quite blatant red card. So I was wrong button. Why is that even there? Why is that a thing? Joby says, where was this fight when we had Parker and the players were all so sad when he left? That's why they were sad, because they were getting away with murder. They could do whatever they wanted. Now Jackson's come in, shoved a rocket up their arse, and now they're actually fighting for the badge. Too little, too late, though. Alan Pace has got blood on his hands. Too little, too late. We should have done this a lot earlier. Alan Pace doesn't know how to run a bath, never mind a football club. Anyway, we've gone over out of time. Maybe this referee does have a set of bollocks on him. Max Weiss with a long click, headed away. Out for a Burnley throw-in. 98 minutes on the clock. Hurry up, lads. Don't do what you did in the first half. Just get it in the box. Arteta's whinging. Who's taking that? It's a long throw, so it must be Kyle. Away. Kyle again. Put it in the box. Hit it. Oh, they've cleared it. And now they're going to chase down JBL, and it's out for an Arsenal throw-in. Oh, why is he? Who does he think he is? I can't stand him. Arteta's like that, as in full time. No, you've been wasting fucking time for the last 20 bastard minutes. The referee decides when it's full time, not you. Prick. I hate him. Look at him whinging. There's too much time added on. Well, if I were that fourth official, I'd just thump him. I'd lose my job. Happily. Oh. Only Arteta could whinge about the amount of time played when he spent 4 minutes on the floor. Arsenal are just keeping it in the corner now. They put a ball into the box, but there's no one there. It's silly really from the Arsenal player there. Arsenal throwing, and there's the full-time whistle. Full-time, Arsenal 1, Burnley 0. That's the end of that. Arsenal look to be in Premier League dreamland. Fair play to them over the course of the season. They've clearly been the better side. But I think in that game for me, I think we played relatively well without creating too much. Obviously, I will give my. Sorry. I've not been looking at the chat too far. I just saw Jack's comment then. What was I saying? Yeah, but I thought we played relatively well without creating anything. Unfortunately, that's been our problem for the majority of the season. We looked a lot better defensively today. We've kept Arsenal down to 1 goal. Everyone was saying it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. I saw one comment from someone on our Facebook page saying, as long as Burnley don't lose by a Premier League record score today, I'm happy. So this guy expected us to lose around 8-0. Shut up. It was never going to be that. But, I'm proud of that performance. I thought the lads did well without ultimately creating anything. Vice probably should have done better for the goal. Or that seems to be the general consensus. I'm leaning more towards it's a good corner, a good delivery from Arsenal. Yes, Vice gets caught under it. It does look a little bit overwhelmed. He is crowded out. But yeah, we just ultimately we didn't create enough, unfortunately. But I will summarise my thoughts in the fan reaction and obviously the 60-second review. The 60-second review will be on the channel within the next 5 minutes. The fan reaction will be on within the next hour. Andrew has confirmed that he will be sending one in. Hopefully, some of the other lads send one in as well. If you're watching this and you're a regular watcher of the channel, obviously George or you like to send them in as well. Feel free. Then get in touch and we can sort it out. But I'm gonna wrap it up now because obviously I need to do some tweets and I need to do the fan reactions and stuff. But genuinely, thanks to everybody who's watched the show. It's been great. Thanks to Jack for the donations. Thanks to everybody who's commented. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will try and do more of these. But as you all know, I am a fan that goes on the matches. Like I have a season ticket. I go on around, depends, 15 plus away games a season. So I tend to do it. Jimmy says, do the fan reaction live. I would do, mate, but I won't get as many views because everyone will be in this. So I'm gonna do the 6-second review now. And then I'll tell you what I will do. I'll do the 60-second review on my phone now, right? While you're also on it. So those of you that have stayed longer, we'll get a bit of bonus content. However, this doesn't mean you can't then go and watch the fan reaction at the 60-second review, right? You have to still watch it on its own video. You ready? Right, okay, 60-second review. Arsenal 1, Burnley 0. Yeah, I mean, ultimately it's a defeat, isn't it? But I'm actually quite proud of the performance tonight. I thought the lads did very, very well. I thought we defended well. I thought we defended well as a unit. I think the main criticism from tonight is the fact that we didn't create enough. But obviously, this is against Arsenal, the best goalkeeper in the division, or statistically the best goalkeeper in the division, to be fair, for the last 3 seasons. The best defence in the division. I think it's hard to argue that statistically and in terms of individuals. But we just didn't create enough, unfortunately, especially in that second half. But I tell you what, that red card incident, what is going on there? What is going on there? Someone tell me that if that's Big Les doing that on the Arsenal player, that he's not sent off. 100% that's a red card, and Arsenal have got away with one there. I'm not sure it would have made much difference because Arsenal had just sat in and we would have still struggled to break them down. But yeah, obviously it's a shame we lost. Congratulations to Arsenal. They've pretty much won the league now, haven't they? But I'm proud of that tonight. There you go. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. One take wonder. Yeah, honestly, right. I'm going to wrap it up there. Make sure you go and watch it. Don't you not watch that now. Don't you not watch that now. But thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for listening. I've still got a can and a half of these left. I might put this one back in fridge. I'm not sure I can have another one. But I'll probably be up all night editing, to be fair, so I'll probably have another one. And keep your eyes peeled on Turfcast. We have a massive interview with the Clarets legend coming up, dropping this week. I'm not going to say when, but I will be putting some teasers out soon on the social media channels as well. But genuinely, it is a huge, huge, huge interview, and I cannot wait to drop it all, and I cannot wait to show it you all. But thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for listening. Thanks everybody for commenting. Thank you to Jack for the absolute legend of the 2 donations as well, and for getting me on the piss. And that's definitely the last the last watch along of the season. Hopefully we can do more next year, but if not, I might start doing more at game content. But I don't like doing vlogs because I just want to watch the match. So we'll see. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We will see you next time.